What's up, friends? Today I want to talk about 7 weird things that your body is going to probably do during pregnancy. The first thing is a pretty common one, but I did not really understand the intensity of it when other women would talk about being pregnant and how much they would pee. But let me tell you, this is no freaking joke. One of the first things I noticed before we even knew that we were for sure pregnant was I was peeing constantly. And being a nurse, that doesn't really work because you can't really go to the bathroom 3 times every hour, let alone more than like twice in a 10 or 12 hour shift. So that was one of the first signs like maybe something is going on, because for one, I don't get to drink enough water being a nurse and being at work. And number 2, I never go pee this much, right? So just prepare yourself for constant urination. One of the second really weird things your body's going to do is just literally want to sleep 24/7. And not just like a 30-minute power nap, but like a 2 to 3 hour nap that you didn't mean to take because you hit your snooze on your alarm and then ended up just shutting it off in your sleep because you were so out of it that you're like a zombie. This was the other thing that my body started doing before we even knew we were pregnant. I was coming home from work every day taking a nap at like 5 or 6 o'clock at night. And it didn't matter how much I slept, I could not get enough sleep. I could not stop feeling tired. You're literally gonna sleep like as much as your dog or as your soon-to-be newborn sleeps. Kind of freaks me out, but at the same time, it's kind of nice because I have a great excuse to take naps now. I've said this before, but take advantage of it and just look at it as your body is growing a baby, okay? So your body is working really freaking hard all the time, even if you laid on the couch all day. Your body is still working. So you're gonna need sleep, you're gonna need naps, and even after you take 16 naps in one day, you're still gonna be tired. Third thing your body's gonna do when you're pregnant, it's going cramp. Your stomach is going to just randomly cramp constantly, and it'll kind of come and go, but it's inevitable and you're gonna have cramps. So no thinking that, oh, I'm not gonna have my period anymore or any cramp. Yes, you are. You're still gonna cramp. The reason that you cramp is because your uterus, the second you get pregnant, starts stretching, and it keeps stretching and stretching and stretching and growing and stretching and stretching. And you get to feel that. So you get to feel this cramping sensation as your uterus is growing every single day. There's going to be times that you're going to sit there and think, am I starting my period? No, I'm pregnant. Do I have to poop? No, I'm just growing a baby. Do I have a UTI? No, I'm just growing a baby. Actually, yes, I do have a UTI. Yeah, you're also more prone to getting UTIs while you're pregnant, but don't worry. Drink lots of water, you'll be fine. If you want to know how much your uterus is going to stretch, uterus is usually about 7 centimeters long, which is smaller than a lemon. My uterus at 10 weeks is currently the size of a grapefruit. If that doesn't freak you out, I don't know what does. But don't worry, as long as there's no bleeding or anything like that, you're good. The fourth thing your body's gonna do when you're pregnant is go into emotional overload. My first tip for you, don't try to control it because you can't and you won't, so don't even try. Someone used the wrong punctuation on a comment on Facebook and it offended me. Cue the tears. My purse just flipped upside down and all of my lipstick fell out of it, and my wallet and my keys and every little piece of ibuprofen or whatever other trash is in the bottom of it all over my kitchen floor. Cue the tantrum, throwing a fit, and maybe throwing your purse across the room. A lot of women get emotional and cry and commercials or anything, like looking at their dog and how cute he is. You never know. For me, it kind of tends to be rage, something I'm working on. But as long as I can get that out and vent it and just accept and admit that I know I'm hormonal and I know I'm emotional and I know I'm acting like a crazy person, it's all good. Don't try to control it. Don't feel bad about your emotions. Let it go, girl. The fifth thing your body's going to do when you're pregnant, that's kind of weird, is brain fog, or what people call pregnancy brain. You know those times when you are on a mission and you walk upstairs and you go into the kitchen or you go into your bedroom and you're going there specifically for something, and then you walk in and your entire brain goes blank and you have no idea what you were doing or where you are or where you came from? Where am I? Just multiply that by like 10 all the time. That's pregnancy brain. The other day we went to IKEA and spent a solid like hour looking at changing tables and cribs. And as soon as we got done looking at the changing tables, we walked to the next section. And I might have looked at Nathan and said, wait, don't we need to look at changing tables next? Just let your spouse in on these little changes that you're going to be going through, and then they'll be prepared to not look at you like you're crazy, and they'll be able to just kind of accept it too and roll with the punches. The sixth weird thing that's going to happen when you're pregnant, this one's a little more rare, I think. I haven't heard of a lot of other people experiencing this except me until I started Googling it, of course, and then there was lots of other women, so now I don't feel so weird. You start producing excess saliva, which happens in everybody. For me, what that meant was I started developing this nasty taste in my mouth every time I drank or ate anything besides water. It is disgusting. Especially anything sugary, even like fruit, anything sweet, really anything at all, leaves this lingering taste in your mouth. I'm going to say due to the excess saliva, it's just a constant taste and smell of nastiness. Doesn't matter if you brush your teeth, your mouthwash, it's going to leave that nasty taste in your mouth too. I have good news for you though. I found a trick and it works wonderfully. All you got to do is grab your favorite coffee mug, pour a little bit of sea salt in the bottom of it, a little bit of warm water, and gargle for like 15 seconds. Spit the water out, swallow it if you really want to. And you'll be good to go. It kind of dries up your mouth and the taste goes away. I may or may not gargle salt water like 19 times a day, but hey, you do what you gotta do. The seventh and final, not really final, there's lots of other weird things your body's gonna do. The thing that your body is gonna do when you're pregnant is holy boobs. Usually the first symptom that women notice when they're pregnant, besides the excessive fatigue and constant peeing, is tender breasts. And when I say tender breasts, I mean like tender is an extreme understatement. When I wake up in the morning, it literally feels like I have done a chest and pec exercise for a solid like 3 hours the day before, except I haven't. The only other thing I can compare the tenderness to is like someone walking up and punching you and punching you and punching you in the boob over and over in a circular motion. But you kind of get used to it after a while. Not only that, they start growing like immediately. And not just growing, it's like they swell. It's like you have these balls of swollenness on your chest all of a sudden. And not only that, your veins like start growing too. They get darker and they start to just kind of crawl over your entire boob on both sides. It's weird. Also necessary as your body gets ready for baby, and weird. Thanks for listening, guys. If you enjoyed this video or any of my other videos about pregnancy thus far, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and be watching for new videos every Wednesday. Look at that. Not only have this mountain, but I got another one growing right there.